The top 5 comebacks in Champions League history. Number 5 is Chelsea 5, Napoli 4. When people look back at Chelsea's stunning Champions League win in 2012, they'll either remember Fernando Torres' goal at the Nou Camp accompanied with Gary Neville's sublime commentary, or they think of the final where they beat Bayern Munich on penalties despite most of their team being suspended, which Branislav Ivanovic probably still isn't over after Jeff Hughes broke his heart. But Roberto Di Matteo's side did complete quite the comeback earlier in the competition when they faced Napoli in the round of 16. Losing the first leg 3-1 in Naples, Chelsea needed to overturn a 2-goal deficit or face elimination. After scoring twice, Gökhan Inler found the net for Napoli, meaning Chelsea needed another just to take the tie to extra time. Frank Lampard scored from the spot to take us into what the Americans call overtime. The Serbian may eventually miss the final, but Ivanovic scored in extra time to propel Chelsea into the quarterfinals. Doesn't that make it up for missing the final, Branislav? No? Never mind. 4 is Deportivo La Coruña 5, AC Milan 4. The Italian Giants won the Champions League in 2003 and looked well positioned to defend their crown in 2004 after beating Deportivo La Coruña 4-1 in the first leg of their quarter-final. The Spanish club would have to do something no side has ever done before and overturn a 3-goal deficit in the Champions League, no less against a stubborn Milan back line including greats such as Paolo Maldini, Alessandro Nesta and Cafu. Somehow though, Deportivo's scintillating attack were too much to handle that night, with Walter Pandiani, Albert Luque, Juan Carlos Valleron and Fran finding the net to dump out I Rossoneri. At 3 we have Manchester United beating Bayern Munich in the 1999 final. The Red Devils had already had an incredible season, completing a domestic double by winning the Premiership and the FA Cup. But they had the chance to go down in history on May 26, 1999. They met Germany's finest in the final in Barcelona, and they would have to face them without the suspended Roy Keane and Paul Scholes. Going a goal down after 6 minutes, it looked as though United were going to fall at the final hurdle, with the score still at 1-0 when the clock hit 90 minutes. But Sir Alex Ferguson's sides have never known when they're beaten, with Teddy Sheringham netting an equaliser in the 91st minute. 2 minutes later, euphoria. The baby-faced assassin Ole Gunnar Solskjaer turned the game on its head, scoring the 93rd minute to hand Sir Alex Ferguson the treble, a moment that Fergie called the greatest moment of my life. In at number 2 we have more heroics from an English club in a Champions League final, this time from Liverpool. Istanbul was the venue, AC Milan were the opponents. On paper, Milan looked the favourites, and they proved why in the first half, leading 3-0 at the break thanks to goals from the captain Maldini and a brace from Hernan Crespo. Liverpool looked dead and buried, but a 6-minute spell in the second half brought them back from the brink, with Steven Gerrard breathing new life into the Reds with a header in the 54th minute. Vladimir Smica made it 3-2 minutes later, and the comeback looked like it was going to be complete when Rafa Benitez's side were awarded a penalty. Xavi Alonso's effort was saved, only for the Spaniard to score the rebound and level the game at 3-3. Inseparable for 120 minutes, the final was to be decided by penalties, meaning Jerzy Dudek had the chance to be a hero. Channeling his inner Bruce Grobbelaar, the Polish keeper grabbed that chance with both hands, saving penalties from both Andrea Pirlo and Andrei Shevchenko to give Liverpool victory on what will go down as one of the greatest nights in the club's history. And at number 1, it's Barcelona 6, Paris Saint-Germain 5. Losing the first leg 4-0 in Paris, it looked as though Barca were heading out of the competition early and their years of domination were finally over. But an unbelievable night in Catalonia changed all of that. No side had ever come back from 4 goals down, but this is no ordinary side. Enrique's team had brought it back to 4-3 after 50 minutes when Lionel Messi slammed home a penalty, but all hope looked to be lost when Edinson Cavani scored, meaning Barca needed 3 goals in less than 30 minutes to progress. With the aggregate score still at 5-3 in the 88th minute, it looked impossible. 3 minutes later though, Neymar had hit an exquisite free kick and scored a penalty to make it 5-5. Still pressing for a winner, Barca had one more chance as we went into the final seconds. An almost perfect pass from Neymar found Sergio Roberto, who scored with virtually the last kick of the game to complete the comeback, make history, send the Nou Camp and everyone watching at home crazy, and send Barcelona into the quarterfinals of the Champions League. So those are our top 5 Champions League comebacks. Let us know what you think in the comments below and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.